never folded, never told, never will. Death before the...
Put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all to understand you gotta stop making business personal.
Big Meech thought he was playing chess, making power moves, linking up with Rick Ross. He figured loyalty still meant something in this game. Boy, was he wrong. The truth is, in this industry, loyalty is about as real as a $3 bill. Meech turned his back on 50 Cent, went all in with Ross, and walked straight into a betrayal sandwich the second he stepped out of prison.
We 2 days away from the Big Meech concert. Get your tickets right now. Make sure everybody flying to the city for this. It's gonna be huge.
At first, Ross was all lovey-dovey, acting like Meech was his long-lost brother, promising to put him right back on top. Big talk about rebuilding the empire, getting back in the game, but the minute things got a little sideways, Ross did a complete 180, wiped his hands clean, flipped the script, and sprinted right back to 50. Yeah, that 50. The same dude Meech had just ditched. Now 50's holding all the cards, acting like Ross was never even in the picture, and Meech? He's standing alone, realizing the streets haven't gotten any softer while he was locked up.
Look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
The question everybody's asking is, why the sudden switch up from Ross? And is 50 Cent really the puppet master pulling all the strings behind the scenes? This ain't just some minor industry drama, this is deep. And trust me, it's about to get messy. Meech spent years inside picturing this huge comeback, a return to glory. Instead, he's stuck, nowhere to turn, while the man he dissed, 50 Cent, is running the BMF brand like a king. And Ross, the guy he thought was his ally, acting like they never even met.
Y'all gonna be disappointed when Lil Baby don't show up? When Skilla don't show up? When Vizzo don't show up? When all these show up?
Big Meech's giant welcome home concert
I told you it was gonna get
canceled.
What'd I tell you?
The bill was
What did
insane.
I say?
The list of artists on it was...
I can't believe a stand-up dude during his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm gonna become a rat.
They say there's no love in the game, and Meech is learning that the hard way. But here's the kicker. Ross might have played Meech like a fiddle, whispering in his ear, trying to cause a rift with 50. But in the end, he might have just handed 50 Cent the biggest win of all time, and get this, just 2 days before the supposed Big Meech comeback concert, tickets flying, city buzzing, it all went up in smoke.
Dude, quit playing with dude. You know, I'm gonna say that much. Over and out, I catch y'all what I catch y'all is...
Which is Demetrius Flannery, also known as Big Man. 2011, around that time, Meech reached out to my dad in regards to creating a BMF.
So BMF is BMF, but not because of 50, it's because of Big Meech, right? That's his story, that's his life, right? So I don't think 50 doing them no favors. They both profited, right? And then I owe you no loyalty. That mean I can't go get money elsewhere, right? If more money get presented to me, right, I'm gonna go get me a bag. I just did 20 years in prison, right? I'm not gonna let nobody stop no bags come in because of y'all beef, bro.
Think about it, Meech flipped on 50 quick after everything 50 did to keep the BMF name alive with that show. Maybe Meech was never solid to begin with. Maybe he was just waiting to show his true colors. Now the streets are talking, saying Meech is scrambling, pointing fingers, trying to figure out why his legacy concert flopped, why nobody's rushing to help him out. And who's the easiest target? Ross, the dude who hyped him up, then left him hanging. Because let's be real, Meech was just a pawn in Ross's game. Ross wasn't trying to help Meech, he was trying to take a shot at 50. The BMF legacy? Ross wanted it for himself, pure ego flex. But the second things got ugly, poof, Ross vanished, leaving Meech looking like a straight fool. Now, Meech is playing victim, but come on, he played himself. Look, I'm telling you, a real BMF film needs to happen because we've all been watching that watered-down TV version. It's time for a big-budget movie. And if there's one thing the streets can't stand, it's someone who jumps ship the second some cash flashes. But how deep does this betrayal go? Is 50 Cent just sitting back, smirking, watching it all crumble, knowing he got rid of a snake without even lifting a finger? Some are even saying 50 might have had a hand in shutting down that Welcome Back concert. Coincidence or checkmate? You know, people were going to be disappointed anyway. Lil Baby wasn't showing up, Skill wasn't showing up, Visto. Nobody big was showing up. Let's be real. Why would 50 even need to lift a finger when Meech was already setting himself up for a fall? The snitching rumors were already out there. That concert was screaming desperation, not dominance. And if 50 knows one thing, it's how to sit back and watch his enemies take themselves out. 2 hours before showtime, bam, Amaret Bank Arena pulled the plug. No warning, no explanation, just straight up embarrassment. Their official statement? Unforeseen circumstances. Tonight's show canceled. Refunds at point of purchase. Cold shutdown. Meech left looking crazy. And who was watching it all unfold like he'd written the script already, 50 Cent? Before the concert was even announced, 50 was saying it was never gonna happen. Big Meech's giant welcome home concert was canceled, he said. Remember? He even called out the insane artist list. And when he turned out to be right, oh, he did what he does best, played the pettiest villain in the game, posted that cancellation flyer like it was a platinum record, captioned so slick it could have come with a cigar and a diamond ring. I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. Sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think I am. Yeah, right. If you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. 50 doesn't deny it. He just makes sure you know he's always 10 steps ahead. And just when you thought he was done, he hits Instagram again, acting all apologetic, like he didn't just watch the whole thing burn with a smile. If you went all out, bought a fresh fit, ready to turn up, 50 Cent wants you to know he's sorry for whoever's responsible. Straight villain behavior. But the real kicker? When a fan straight up accused him of shutting it down, 50 reposted and hit him with, "I apologize for your trip to Miami, but been playing with me, so you know, let's build when y'all get back to the city." At this point, 50 ain't even playing the same game. He's running circles while everyone else is still figuring out the rules, and while Big Meech is out here scrambling for someone to blame, the truth is, he did this to himself. Ross set him up, 50 washed his hands, and now Meech is alone. No legacy concert, no crew, nobody to clean up his mess. By the time the dust settles, Big Meech is going to be left with nothing. Sure, he's out of prison, but what does he really have? No support, no loyalty, and definitely no backing from 50 Cent anymore. And let's not forget Lil Meech, family's main breadwinner, just lost his job. Lil Meech tried to play the loyalty card, hoping to save that concert. Epic fail. Now, season 4 of BMF is canceled, and it's not hard to see why. 50 went nuclear, posting Lil Meech's private text, blew everything wide open. I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, "I don't want to be here no more. I'm become a rat." In those texts, Lil Meech is practically begging for 50's approval, saying he'd give him the shirt off his back while still trying to defend his dad's ties to Ross. But the real bomb? Lil Meech admits Ross gave Big Meech money to pay his bills until the next season of BMF started. And when you thought the drama couldn't get any wilder, Lil Meech calls out 50 for unfollowing him on IG and working with Skillababy and Rocket. They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram and now you managing Skillababy with Rocket? You know when I brought him around you first when you didn't have a clue who he was? Then Lil Meech is pleading his case. Now you mad at me when I take the shirt off my back for you? I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy. I've only ever shown you love and loyalty. I go through my own but I never switched up on you. F*** Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. Dude is playing games. And just like that, the truth is out. Big Meech didn't just align with 50's enemy, he's financially dependent on Rick Ross. Ross isn't just watching, he's actively moving pieces, keeping Meech afloat, driving a bigger wedge between him and 50. This ain't just business anymore, this is calculated. Even the game had something to say, calling out Lil Meech for weak texts to 50. Just seen a text from Lil Meech to 50 that got me dying. Hey Lil Meech, you were supposed to be like, F you BMF, I'm standing with my pops now. Me and Fifth got our own issues, but that ish on pause while I post this. 50 being 50 clapped back with, "What's your little all gonna do?" Had everybody weak. Even the game had to laugh. Big Meech, you can't let 50 get at you like that. At this point, 50 doesn't even have to move, he's just watching his enemies self-destruct. What started with snitching rumors turned into something way bigger. Big Meech looking less like the boss, more like a pawn. Ross plays puppet master, and 50? He's just enjoying the show from the sidelines. The BMF legacy is crumbling in real time, and 50's not lifting a finger to stop it. Everyone saw that concert disaster coming except the Meeches themselves. And the craziest part, Lil Meech, supposed to be holding up the BMF name, now turning on the very man who gave him a career, a platform, a lifeline while his dad was locked up. Instead of standing his ground, Lil Meech is caught in a storm he could have avoided, fumbled the loyalty card, stuck between two heavyweights, and neither side fully trusts him anymore. And get this, the whole BMF idea? Apparently, It was brewing way back. Demetrius Lenoir, aka Big Meech's best friend, supposedly reached out to 50's dad in 2011 about creating BMF content. Meanwhile, 50 ain't holding back, taking direct shots at Big Meech's parenting, calling him out for messing up Lil Meech's future, and then an old clip resurfaces of Lil Meech hanging with Rick Ross's daughter. This drama goes way back, but 50 wasted no time jumping in, questioning why Ross, now playing Big Meech's savior, never stepped up to help Lil Meech when it actually mattered. 50 made it clear Ross and Meech's crew did nothing to build Lil Meech, while 50 was the one paying for acting school, giving him a real shot. Then 50 really lets loose, calling out Big Meech's priorities. Instead of setting his son up for success, Meech came home acting like the Black Pablo Escobar and ruined everything for Lil Meech. This is no longer just a rap feud, it's full-on betrayal. Big Meech had 50's backing, made a choice that pushed him into isolation. Damage done, and 50's making sure everyone knows he doesn't forget, and with Rick Ross in the mix, the drama just thickens. Their beef goes back to 08, diss tracks, legal battles, that infamous lawsuit that cost $57 million. Just last year, Ross tried to take another jab, calling 50 broke. But if history's taught us anything, 50 Cent never lets anything slide. Neither does G-Unit. This story is far from over. This drama ain't just bruised egos, it's threatening 50 Cent's business empire. Word on the street is BMF might be wrapping up for good, even though it's tied to 50's $150 million Stars deal. Most people would see walking away from that kind of money as a loss, but 50 plays the long game. He built it once, he can build it again, and once you cross him, there's no coming back. This is where it gets really shady, because 50 didn't just pull those snitching allegations out of thin air. Rumors about Big Meech cutting a deal with the feds have been swirling for a while. Whispers were already out there that Meech might have flipped. And at the center of it all, Tammy Cowens. Meech trusted her, but she had a rep as a federal informant. Allegedly, Tammy played a key role in Meech's deal, shaving years off his sentence. But let's be real, Meech wasn't walking out early for free. He had to give the feds something big. And that's something? His longtime friend and business partner, Dion Gatling, aka Cuffy. Cuffy and Meech were locked in for years, business partners way before Meech went away. But when the truth came out, Cuffy's family was blindsided. His daughter, Tamara Gatling, put it all together, confirmed the shocking truth. Meech set Cuffy up. BMF is Big Meech family, but not because of 50, it's because of Big Meech. That's his story, his life. 50 just profited, just like Meech did. And loyalty? That goes out the window when bags are involved. Meech did 20 years. He's not gonna let anyone stop those bags from coming in. They only figured it out by IDing a confidential informant in the case. And guess whose name kept popping up in the paperwork? Big Meech. But wait, it gets worse. To try and smooth things over, Meech personally introduced Cuffy to Tammy Cowens. But Tammy wasn't just some associate, she was working both sides. Tammy Cowens wasn't just an associate, she was Meech's power of attorney, owned the rights to his life story at the time. So when Meech introduced Cuffy to her, it wasn't just a business deal, it was a setup. Cuffy, trusting his friend, thought it was legit, ended up behind bars, and when the discovery documents dropped, the truth hit like a bomb. CS1, the confidential informant, Tammy Cowens. But everyone knew Tammy wasn't moving without Meech's say-so. When Cuffy's family pressed Meech, he brushed them off. But the deeper they dug, the clearer it became. Tammy might have worn the wire, but no way she did it behind Meech's back. In the end, Cuffy took the fall, Meech walked free. All that talk about loyalty and brotherhood, meaningless when the feds showed up. With all the evidence, some folks are still defending Meech. Young Buck jumped in trying to cape for Meech like it was his last shot at relevance, but 50, no second chances. His response was brutal, clowning Young Buck, dragging up his past for the world to see. "This fool fell out with me because he liked boys," 50 posted. "I didn't tell him to go loving on a censored. Couldn't resist." And just like that, the haters came crawling out, accusing 50 of being a culture vulture, stirring up drama to sabotage promotions. But if you really break it down, who's benefiting from all this mess? While fingers are flying, 50's still sitting back, watching it all unfold just like he planned. Both sides made serious money off the BMF name. Meech's story became a hit show, boosted his legacy. Lil Meech got a career that wouldn't exist without 50's backing. Yet somehow, 50's catching heat for calling out the truth. At the heart of it, this ain't about clout or internet beef, it's about loyalty. And if there's one thing about 50 Cent, he doesn't tolerate betrayal. He stood by the BMF family, gave Lil Meech a shot, helped him become more than just his father's son. But the second it was convenient, they switched up. Now 50's making it crystal clear there's no coming back from that, and believe it or not, Lil Meech is already realizing how badly he messed up. After everything 50 did for him, putting him on, paying for acting school, building his career while Big Meech was locked up, Lil Meech still flipped sides. Now he's paying the price. How bad is it? Lil Meech, who was living the Hollywood dream on BMF sets, is now begging for paid promotions for $500. That's not even rent money. Pocket change compared to the fat checks 50 was cutting him. 1 minute living like a star, next minute hustling for side gigs just to make ends meet, and you know 50 ain't letting that slide. If there's one thing about 50 Cent, he always gets the last laugh. This whole situation is turning into one of the messiest hip-hop betrayals we've seen in a long time. Big Meech thought loyalty was everything, until the same people he trusted started playing both sides. Now, with Rick Ross cozying up to 50 Cent and Lil Meech out here struggling for scraps, it's looking like the entire BMF legacy is crumbling in real time. But what do y'all think? Did Big Meech bring this on himself by flipping on his own people? Or is 50 just exposing the truth that nobody else had the guts to say out loud? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and make sure to subscribe for all the latest drama. This mess is far from over, so stay locked in.